we welcome you all for this course on CAD CAM. So, which is being the computer aided designing and manufacturing. So, in this topic, we have the first initial introduction about the CAD and CAM. The CAD, which represents the computer aided designing, and the CAM, which represents computer aided manufacturing. So the CAD CAM, which explains the difference between the pre-production of the product, which is the CAD, the entire design based technology which is required to start the product. So everything comes under the pre-product design. It's nothing but the computer aided designing, which is the pre-production of the product. The post-production and as well as the required things for the production, the present production and the post-production is nothing but the computer aided manufacturing, which comprises of the manufacturing capacities, and it also enables the content to manufacture and the things to manufacture and the dimensions and the tolerance which is involved, everything together, which states the computer aided manufacturing. So here in this CAD CAM, so if we start with CAD, we have if this is CAD, computer aided designing, the computer aided designing, which is nothing but this part, which represents by the start that three things which are enabled to get this CAD, which is nothing but the geometric modeling, all the dimensions and everything comes under the geometric modeling, the representation, boundary representation and so on. These all comes under the geometric modeling, and we have a computer graphics involved. So normally there are many things which is required to start with the computer graphics also. So the specification of the system, and we also have the correct representation which is being required. Normally I can represent this thread as a thread also, and in another case I can represent this by M12. So such that which represents the major dia and outer dia, and it also represents the thread. So these are the basic system graphics required. So normally we can also go ahead with the just a line of threads, and we can also, there is also possibility that you can also mention the thread dimension, which is enough that shows that there is a thread. So those are the major things which the computer aided designing is required, where the computer graphics interface is getting it. And we also have a design. So in a design content view, a normal 3-dimensional view or a 2-dimensional view, which represents the entire structure and entire part. For example, we'll have this a cube. So the representation of this cube is in 3-dimensional view. So if I need, I'm going to make a design such that I have the possibility of 2D, but it should be understandable by everyone. So in that cases I can start with the front view. Then the top view, and then we have the side view, such that it represents in 2D. The similar drawings which 3D and 2D which compresses, and that's what we say it as the design layout. So all these things, the dimensions, that is the geometric modeling, the computer graphics and the design, all three things collaborate together to form the computer aided designing. And we also have for CAM, what are the three basic things which is required such that the CAM can be fulfilled, which is computer aided manufacturing. So we have three layouts, and automation, so in order to have the CAM, which is nothing but computer aided manufacturing, we need three criteria should be followed. So CAD, which is nothing but computer aided designing, which we have already seen before, and we also have the automation. The automation word refers nothing but the product which is you are manufacturing should have the capability of scalable one, and it should have the property of it should be able to easily manufacture. Those are the two things which is required for the CAM, computer aided manufacturing. In that thing we have the automation such that the product should be able, if you are making for computer aided manufacturing, the CNC plays a vital role in the computer aided manufacturing. So in the CNC we need to have our codes, and we also need our dimensions and codes, and we also need the x-axis, y-axis ratios to make this an automation one. So that's what the automation part takes place, and we also have our manufacturing tools required. For example, the manufacturing tools are the tools of CNC machine and tool holders. Then we have our chuck. So these are the things which is required or which enables the CAM to fulfill their needs according to their views. So according to the automation, we are automating those tools and etc. everything. But the tool actual required, if for example I have a I have to knurl this thing. So which is the process of knurling. So in order to start with the knurling, I need a knurling tool. It is approx like this. But I cannot do with normal single point cutting tool, which is not possible at all. So that's where the manufacturing tools is required. So a computer aided design and the automation for that and the materials required to make this CAM fulfilled. That is nothing but the manufacturing tools. These are the three key concepts which is required for CAM to be fulfilled.